Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Bharata moves on to explain the concept of rasa. As rasa is given as the first important element in the Sangraha. What is rasa? This was the question of Atreya Muni and others, right? So that is answered here. So the Sutra, Karika, and all others are explained earlier, and now the concept or the context of explaining the rasa element is seen here. So Rasa Sutra is given here. Nahi rasadrite kaschidapi artaha pravartate. This is the first line he says. No meaning in a poetry proceeds without a rasa. That is, rasa is the base. The aesthetic experience is the base to be known for everything. Moving on to the Rasa Sutra, Tatra Vibhava Anubhava Vyabhichari Samyogat Rasa Nishpattihi. Tatra Vibhava Anubhava Vyabhichari Samyogat Rasa Nishpattihi. What is this? Here he says Rasa Nishpatti. Rasa is produced by a combination of Samyogat, a combination of Vibhava, Anubhava and Vyabhichari. What is Vibhava? Vibhava is the determinant or the cause. Anubhava is the consequence or the effect, and Vyabhichari Bhava is the transitory mood, complementary psychological state, and this is Vyabhichari Bhava. For this, he explains with an example. Generally, when we study a concept, if there is an example given, it's very easy to understand, right? That is how we have all learnt from our teachers, from our ancestors. Immediately they will give us an example. You know that it is like this. So we connect with that example and understand. The same thing Bharata has done to his Shishyas also. Of course, we are all his Sishyas, as we all are performers, theatre performers or dance performers. We need to know about the concept of rasa. Uchyate yatha nana vyanjana aushadhi dravya samyogat rasa nishpattihi. So vibhava anubhava vyabhichari samyogat rasa nishpattihi. Here it is given as nana vyanjana aushadhi dravya samyogat rasa nishpattihi. So again, I just wanted to tell you, these are given as prose contents. These are not in the sutra form. He adds, tata nana bhavo upagamad rasa nishpattihi. So, like how you combine the elements of the spices and the condiments and have taste the rasa. Here it is a combination of all the bhavas, he says. How is it? Let us see. Taste results from these ingredients, right? So, yatahi gudadibhir dravyaihi vyanjanaihi oshadhi bhischa shadrasa nivartyante evam nana bhava upahita api sthaino bhava rasatvam apnuvanti. So he details in a more expansive way. That is, in this instance, how the taste results from the spices and the condiments and other articles, and the 6 tastes are produced, shad rasas are produced through various ingredients. Here, this rasa is from the durable psychological states, that is the sthai bhava, when it comes together in contact with the vyabhichari bhavas, especially all the other bhavas, vibhava, anubhava and vyabhichari bhava, then it reaches the quality of rasa, the sentiment. So, here as an example, first as the Rasa Sutra he says, Tatra vibhava anubhava vyabhichari samyogat rasa nishpattihi. Then he gives an example how all the ingredients and the spices combine together and give a taste, especially in the food. The 6 rasas are tasted by combination of all the ingredients and the spices and the condiments. Like that, in the sthai bhava, when the sthai bhava is combined with all these elements, the sutra does not have the term sthai bhava. Only in the explanation he gives. Sthai bhava is combined with the vibhava, anubhava, vyabhichari, samyogat. The combination gives rise to rasa. So there is another question. Rasa iti kaha padartha? What is the meaning of the word rasa? Rasa iti kaha padartha? Bharata replies, aswadyatvat, because it is tasted. It is so called because it is tasted. Then another question. Khatam aswadyate rasaha? How is this rasa tasted? Or how is this rasa experienced through taste? Here, again, Bharata answers, Atra uchyate, yatahi nana vyanjana samskritam annam bunjana rasan aswadayanti sumanasaha purusha harshadinshapi adigachanti tata nana bhava abhinaya vyanjitan vag anga satvopetan sthai bhavan aswadayanti sumanasaha prekshaka harshadinsha adigachanti tasmat natya rasaha. Tasman natya rasaha iti vyakhyata. So this is a beautiful line which gives a detailed explanation. Yatahi nana vyanjana samskritam annam bunjana. That is, the annam, the food which is combined with Nana Vyanjanam, all the elements of taste, the spices are combined in a food, in a rice, annam, how it is cooked and tasted, how it is tasted, and it gives pleasure to the person who tastes. Sumanasaha Purushaha, the person who is tasting the food, how it gives pleasure to that person. Same way, these psychological states, these bhavas, when combined together, gives pleasure to the audience. Here he says, Vag Anga Sattvopetan Sai Bhavan, which is with the Vak, the verses, the Vachana, Vachika, Anga, Angika, Sattva, Sattvopetan, Abhinayan, all these, when they are reproduced or communicated, it becomes Abhinaya. But they are still presented. And this is experienced by Sumanasaha Prekshaka. The Prekshaka, the audience who are Sumanasa. Sumanasaha. Same mental caliber. That is what later is termed as Sahridaya. Later scholars termed as Sahridaya. Here Bharata says, Sumanasaha Prekshaka. Harshadinscha Adhigachanti. They also enjoy the performance. Tasman Natya Rasaha. Thus, it is explained as Natya Rasa. So, these explanations in detail are given here, which not only gives us an enlightening idea, connecting it to the concept of food, how the food is tasted by Sumanasaha Purushaha. Same way here, Sumanasaha Prekshaka, the performer, the audience, like-minded audience, when they enjoy the Sai Bhava mixed with all the other bhavas, all the other psychological states, they experience, the audience experience the rasa. So, here it is very clear that rasa is experienced only by the spectator. This is more clearly given in the commentaries, discussed in the commentaries. That is how Bharata gives an example for rasa. This is given in a sutra form. Yata bahudravya yutair vyanjanair bahubir yutam asvadayanti bunjana bhaktam bhaktavido janaha bhavabhinaya samyuktaha sthai bhavans tata budaha asvadayanti manasa tasman natya rasaha smritaha. This is to be written as a definition, how it has been, rasa has been experienced. As in the meaning, Manomohan Ghosh says, just as connoisseur of cooked food, while eating food which has been prepared from various spices and of the articles, taste it So the learned people taste in their heart, manas, the durable psychological states, which are like rati, hasa, etc. When they are represented by an expression of the psychological states with gestures, that is vak anga sattvajaha. Hence, these durable psychological states in a drama are called sentiments. So, these sthayis are transformed to rasas. These sthayi bhavas are transformed to the state of the sentiment of rasa. So, this is translated, bhava is translated as state and rasa is translated as sentiment. Then there are some more questions here. Kim rasebhyo bhavanam abhinirvrittirutaho bhavebhyo rasanam iti. So, thus from rasa, bhava sprouts out, or from bhava, the rasa sprouts out. Atra keshan chinmatam paraspara sambandhadehe paraspara sambandhat desham abhinirvrittihi iti. Tat na kasmat drishyate hi bhavebhyo rasanam abhinirvrittiriti na tu rasebhyo bhavanam abhinirvrittiriti. Here, when one inquires, do the psychological states, that the bhavas come out of the rasas, or the rasas comes out of the bhavas? At this point, some are the opinion that they arise from the mutual contact. But Bharata says it is not so. Why? It is apparent that the sentiments arise from the psychological states. He says, though some think that it has mutual contact within each other, it is the rasa which arouses from bhava, he says. Nana abhinaya sambandhan bhavayanti rasan iman yasmat tasmadami bhava vigneya natyayoktribihi nana dravyai bahuvidair vyanjanam bhavyate yata evam bhava bhavayanti rasan abhinayaihi saha. This is a beautiful shloka which says the psychological states are so called by the experts of drama, for they make one feel. Bhavayanti, they make us feel the sentiments in connection to the various moods of the dramatic presentation. Just as by many articles of various kinds, cooked, eatable elements is brought forth, so the states, along with the different kinds of histrionic representation, will cause the sentiments. That is, the bhavas along with the abhinayas, when it is communicated properly, it will create the rasa, he says. And one more important sentence, na bhavahino asti raso, na bhavo rasavarjitaha, paraspara krita siddhihi tayor abhinaye bhavet. So here, there is no sentiment prior to the state, and there is no state without the sentiment. This gives us the connection but only from the only from the bhava the rasa arouses. But when the bhava is there, rasa should be there. And when the rasa is experienced, there should be bhava. He adds, Vyanjana aushadhi samyogo yatha annam svadutam nayet. Evam bhava rasaschaiva bhavayanti parasparam. So how the Vyanjana and Aushadhi samyoga happens in preparation of the annam, that is when a dish is prepared, how you combine the spices and the condiments properly. And the combination gives us the taste. That is why we have different combinations for different types of food. Like that, this rasa and bhava are combined properly, accordingly. Then it gives rise to the sentiment. It manifests themselves. Bhavayanti. Yata bijat bhavet vriksho, vrikshat pushpam phalam yata, tatha moolam rasaha, sarve tato bhava vyavastitaha. Just as a tree grows from a seed and flowers and fruits from a tree, thus to sourcing the rasa, all the sentiments, all the psychological states, these are given in detail by Bharata, of course in a sutra format, which I have now explained, because other than this, Bharata has not given any other detailed explanation. Whatever I have given to you is directly from the text of Natya Shastra. The other explanations are only from the commentators, as I have told you already. The commentators start discussing this concept of rasa, and they bring forth many more and more details regarding this. And according to Bharata, these are the few, starting from the shloka number 32 in the 6th chapter to 38. He has given these details, and he also moves on to explain how the major 8 sentiments are divided. 4 are the base and 4 are placed on the other 4. And also the presiding deities for each and every sentiment, and the colors for these sentiments. Let us see the base for the 4 base of the 4 rasas. Shringaradhi bhaved hasyo, raudratu karuno rasaha, veeraschaiva adbhuto, utpattihi, bibhatsacha bhayanakaha. So the comic arises from the erotic sentiment, the pathetic from the furious sentiment, the marvelous from the heroic, and the terrible from the odious sentiment. And again he says, Shringara anukritir yatuha, the mimicry of the erotic sentiment is called comedy. And the result of the furious sentiment is pathetic. And the result of the heroic sentiment is called marvelous. And that which is odious to see results in terrible. So that is how he has given in just 2 shlokas, 2 verses. And the next verse Next two verses gives the colors. Shyamo bhavettu shringaraha, sito hasyaha prakirtitaha, kapotaha karunaschaiva, rakto raudraha prakirtitaha, gauro veerastu vigneyaha, krishnaschapi bhayanakaha, neelavarnastu bibhatsaha, pitaschaiva adbhutaha smritaha. The erotic sentiment is light green, shyama. The comic sentiment, white. The pathetic sentiment, grey. The furious, red. The heroic sentiment is gaura, yellowish. The terrible sentiment, black. The odious, blue color. And the marvelous sentiment is a bright yellow. And the presiding deities, again two shlokas. Shringaro Vishnu Daivato, Hasyaha Pramata Daivataha, Raudro Rudradi Devascha, Karuno Yama Daivataha, Bibhatsascha Mahakalaha, Kaladevo Bhayanakaha, Viro Mahendra Devaha, Syat Adbhuto Brahma Devataha. So Vishnu is the god for erotic sentiment, the Pramatas, the Pramata Ganas for the comic, Rudra for furious, Yama for pathetic, Mahakala, the Shiva's another form for odious, Kala for terrible, Kala, Yama, Indra for heroic, and Brahma for marvelous sentiment. So these are given, and then he moves on to explain the sentiments one by one. We are still in the 6th chapter. We have covered till shloka number 45. We will be moving ahead in the next class. Namaste.